Crafty community. This is Sherry, and I am back with video number 4 in my Happy Mail Goody idea series. So far in my series, we have covered Happy Mail Goody ideas, including making rosettes for your recipient, making butterflies. So we have all different kinds of butterflies that we've made, making tassels for them. We've made tassels. We've used a lot of our scraps to make these things. And then I believe that's the 3 things. So yeah, rosettes, butterflies, and tassels. So we've, just been having fun making different things and trying to use things that we have in our stash so that we don't have to go out and buy something new. And also, if we already have it in our stash, it's an easy go-to idea for those last few pockets or pouches or envelopes or whatever you need to fill in your Happy Mail. Now, today's video is going to be the idea of gifting your recipient words or phrases. And I don't know if you remember a few years ago, this used to be a very popular item to put in an embellishment box or as an extra in some Happy Mail. These are these word beads, and they're really sweet. I did eventually find them and was able to buy some, but before I found those, I made my own word tiles using these coasters. I had a bunch of coasters that were this color on both sides because you can buy them in bulk. I ran out of those and I had these, so what I did was I took this and just covered it with some of my white cardstock and then stamped on top of that some words and phrases. Stamping words and phrases is definitely an easy way to make some Happy Mail goodies. So this is just these are a couple of stamps that I got. These are those roller stamps that I got at Tuesday morning, and I use them to make these size words and phrases. And if I can't find what I want, I can always write it on my own. All of us usually hate our own handwriting. I'm okay with my handwriting, but you might be saying to yourself, well, I don't like my handwriting, but you would be surprised what other people think of your handwriting. So you can write your own, and then you just cut them out. I prefer to use my Tim Holtz scissors for cutting these because they're really good for cutting thicker materials. So that is an idea of how you can make word tiles. And as you can see, they would be delightful to add to a lot of different little parts of your project. So there's one idea for you. Another idea is if you have hundreds of journaling cards in your stash like I do, look for cards that have, because there's usually 6 of each card, so it's not like you're going to make 6, it's not like you're going to need all 6 of them. So they're a good little gift or a good little addition to your Happy Mail. Find ones with words and phrases, and then what I did was I used my punch, my scalloped circle punch, and cut out some phrases. Dream big, love is all you need, family, love, and that's another way to get some words and phrases. And those would slide easily into a pocket or an envelope. So another thing that I have done is I've taken scrap paper and taken my little stamps, my word stamps or acrylic word stamps, and stamped all over the paper, and then I use other punches to punch them out. So I have these little circle punches. I have a 5/8 punch, a 1-inch punch, and a 3/8 punch. So the 3/8 punch worked good with this little tiny one here. So let me pull out the circle ones that I've done. And then these little phrases too. It's a good way to make words. Now the punch that I used for this shape is one of my new favorite punches. It's an EK Success punch. It punches out 3 different types of ticket shapes. This little small one, this medium one, and the larger one. What I like about this is that the medium one is at the end, the punching end, so it's really nice if you just slide your paper right in, center it, and punch, and you have a word phrase just like that. And you can do a lot with these word phrases. You can stick them in the Happy Meal as is. You could mount them onto another color and then mount them, or just mount them onto a scrap of paper. And then I kept that ticket corner there just by using my regular hole punch, and you can kind of see to eyeball it, and I just punched, and so it keeps that kind of ticket corner, which is really nice. That's another option. With the circular ones, I use those 3 circle punches, and I also have this 1-inch scalloped circle. So, and then you can kind of play with putting them together to make your words and phrases. My favorite is this one. I popped up the hello with a little foam dot, and it just gives it dimension and really makes it nice. I mean, compare those two. The hello is just fantastic. So, and then these background patterns are just from scraps that I had from the butterflies that I made. So these are journaling cards. Again, journaling cards are another good source of paper for projects. They're good thick cardstock paper, and they're double-sided, and you can get a lot of good use out of those. So the circular ones are another one. Now this particular one that I mounted on solid paper and then on pattern paper is actually a phrase from this paper. One night I sat down and I just typed in a type font all of these words and phrases. Some of them I've seen before, some of them I just, brainstormed. And I cut it from here, mounted it to the solid paper, and then to the pattern paper. And it's really sweet, and it just says little goodies. So maybe I would have a package, flat package of little goodies, or an envelope, and this would be easy to add to the package so that they know what it is. But there's all sorts of words and phrases in here. If it's possible, I will make this document available in the description box below. Here's some that I stamped and I just backed onto some more journaling cards that I use for other projects. And then another idea, before I move on to this next idea, I wanted to show you a little way to make your Happy Meal goodie even better for your friend. You can get these glue dots from Joann's. They're in that Miss Sparkle and Company area, so they're not very expensive, and they come so that you can tear. They're perforated, and I prefer to use scissors because sometimes I just wind up tearing the plastic. But if you have something like words or phrases or butterflies or flowers or whatever, and you want to make them into stickers for your friend, you can use these for that. You just remove the backing, and you can put this on like that, and then you have a sticker. And then all they have to do is peel and stick. It doesn't matter if you do it with the back or the front, but that's another way that you can make your Happy Meal goodie even better for your friend. While I was working on these words and phrases, I happened to see this in a Maggie Holmes ephemera pack, and it's the phrase "beautiful day," and I looked at this and I'm like, oh my goodness, that would be so easy to imitate, basically. So I went ahead and made a few, just using the strips, the scraps that are in strips that I showed in my last video, I want to say. So basically you have your phrase and you cut it with that little fishtail, and then I used a stapler. Sewing would be prettier, but I just want to get the ideas out there. But a staple is fine too, and I can always go back and resew them. But what I did was I used these strips. I stamped one strip, and I matched it up with another strip to go behind it using a pattern, and then behind that one that might have pattern on it but maybe not as much, and just kind of imitated it. I took out my craft edgers scalloped scissors and cut the scallop. Super easy. This panel was pretty big. The jetem was off of a strip saved, the strips that are at the top of the 12 by 12 sheet when you tear it out of the paper pad. So I just took a bunch of those and made little fishtail banners out of them, and then put them together to make these. It was just so easy, and they turned out really cute. So let's say I want to do the wee wee. A wee wee. When I was in the 7th grade, I took French, and my French teacher said, 1 wee is yes, and 2 wees is a puddle. I will never forget that. So, make a fishtail out of it, which isn't too hard to do. I like that system of cutting the little slit first and then coming from the side and taking the scissors up to that spot. Then, go through your scraps and find some colors that would match. I do like this one because it matches the green. Oh, how about that peach though? Let's go with the peach. And then a nice background. Let's see here. I don't know if you can see my colors back here. So here's some that just says hey all the way across. So many different strips you could use. And right now I'm looking for a background. Let's go with this one. So what I did was I took some glue and I did use the packaging as a guide so that I could kind of remember. And I put a little glue there. I like this Zig glue pen. And then I attach the phrase. And then I cut around it to kind of get the size right. And then that is going to attach to this, so I'm just eyeballing it basically this time. Then you take your scallop scissors and make sure that they're going to scallop the right way and cut the bottom into a scallop. And then get your stapler or sew if you have your machine out or if you just are feeling in the sewing mood. I'm using this little tiny stapler I got from Daiso. And there you go. Okay, everybody, here are the words and phrases for this Happy Meal Goody idea video. I hope you're enjoying this series, and I hope you got some inspiration here today. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Hello to my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. It is really fun to be a part of this crafty community and to get that creative therapy in there every week. And if you're not a subscriber but you enjoy ideas and Happy Meal, if you enjoy crafty ideas and Happy Meal and getting inspired, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.